G'day and welcome to Off Grid Earth. As many of our page followers would know, we live off grid, have done so for the last 10 years. And over those 10 years we've had many good years out of our little system here, and it's performed very well. We've had some upgrades. We had an extra 4 kilowatts of solar put on at one point, which has helped out a lot. And our little sun gel bank down here, which are an Australian made lead acid battery, have done really quite well for what it's worth, and we've really probably what you call flogged them pretty hard, and now we've ended up with some sulfation, and you can see these batteries here are a bit swollen. Okay, so what that's meant is that over the last year or so we've started to have some dropouts. So you might find your battery state of charge at something like 60 or 70%, and then it will drop out overnight, so it will drop down to a very low state of charge, and the Sunny Island, which is our controller, shuts off the batteries. So we had to do something to mitigate that, and if you've been following the page, you'll know that about a year ago we also picked up some 385 watt bifacial LG bifacial panels, the first in the country. They're still sitting in our shipping container, but we wanted to do a full upgrade and move the equipment area to a different spot. Followers would also know that we've been also planning to do the Big Lap of Australia, so we've had competing priorities over the last 12 months. And financial resources have stretched us. But it did get to a point recently where we said we had to do something about the storage situation and the dropouts. So what we did is we've invested into these beauties here. So this is a cabinet rack and of lithium ferrophosphate batteries. They're an Australian made battery made by Power Plus. And these particular lithiums are unmanaged, which means that they are able to operate independently of each other. It's really good that they operate independently like this, because they sort of act like a lead acid battery, which means that you can really just buy one battery at a time, slot them in, and away you go, and you can just buy one at a time, or you can buy an extra 3 or whatever you like. Each battery is 3.3 kilowatt hours of storage. So at the moment we've picked up just under 10 kilowatt hours of extra storage, and what I did over here, if you have a look, is simply just paralleled the battery cables over the top of the lead acids, all right, and put them into the system here. So of course the charging protocol for lithium is a little bit different to the gel batteries. So we've had to make some adjustments to the charging in the Sunny Island to just drop the charge voltages down a little bit. Now you wouldn't do that if you had a new lead acid bank, because it would be detrimental to the lead acid bank, but because these are 10 years old and they've had a hard life, we want to protect the lithiums at the expense a little bit of the lead acids. Ultimately they'll be retired and we'll stack this bank of lithiums and we'll move over to the full lithium setup. But at the moment they're sort of supporting each other, and it has proven, because we've been running this now for more than a month, that it can be done, and our dropouts overnight for power have ceased, which is really good. So let's just have a look at this battery cabinet as well. It's got an inbuilt fan unit for cooling, which should be on. It could be on, but probably is not too hot at the moment, and I didn't want to make extra noise. Check out in the back here all our infrastructure, and these cabinets, you can buy these cabinets ready made with your order, and they come in all different sizes. You've got your Victron links here, and all your cabling's pre-done. So it really is the most simple and effective way of installing a lithium system. It's just fantastic. You can almost do it yourself, but of course it's better done by a professional installer. But these are really well made and by Power Plus. This particular unit here is the 10 rack cabinet, and of course we've got 7 extra spots there to fill up for us. You can get them in I think 12, 18 and 20 rack cabinets. So the 18 and the 20s would sit at quite a bit higher, but you can obviously have more storage than that as well. I think you can go up to many hundreds of kilowatts. So we're really happy with this upgrade. It's a bit of an experiment. It's not something that I would recommend doing, especially on a newish lead acid system, but it is something that can be done with the right charging protocols put into your controller. So we're sort of a bit excited to get away from the power dropouts, and if time permits and if finances permit, we will be getting the solar upgrade done, maybe very close to when we leave for our big lap in about a month or so's time. And if we do that, we'll come back and bring you an episode on that. But for now, that's a little update from us here in our little system. So it's over and out from Off Grid Earth.